Hard Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from the ninth circle of hell, take it away, MarkBot 5000.
Welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduces one match per show to his buddy who has never watched wrestling. They talk about the backstory, they watch the match, and then they rank that match on their ever-growing list. And let's bring out the star of the show, Ryan Murphy. Would you agree that I was a good little robot boy during that introduction, Daddy Ryan?
I mean, I would say that he was a good little robot boy. What would you say to that, Ryan?
You don't want me to chime in here.
No, I did. He was a good. There was nothing like. I know sometimes there's been an antagonistic relationship between you and MarkBot 5000.
You just said something antagonistic, like.
What do you mean?
He just did.
No, he didn't. What did he say?
He did. He's been the biggest dick to me in my life in the last fucking 1 year.
But we'd agree that intro was normal. All he did was call you.
Is the intro over?
Well, I mean, maybe it is. I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, I feel like he had more to say. Like, I feel like he's going to be more of a dick.
I think he just wants you to agree. So can we agree and move forward with his bit?
I don't know. What does he have on me? Does he have my thoughts or my internet history? Like,
okay. Call back. All right. Well, we're gonna say, you know what, MarkBot, Ryan agrees. You were a very well mannered little robot during that intro. So let's see where this goes from here.
I didn't make any jokes about your little pea butt or fart mouth or stinky poop wiener. Right, Daddy Ryan?
I mean, that's right. He didn't make any jokes about any of those things.
No, yeah, and I don't think he ever would.
No, that's not in MarkBot 5000's character.
No.
We can all agree with that. Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm in agreement so far. Sounds reasonable to me.
And I didn't shoot anybody today because I was a good little boy. Do you think I could show off some of my hip-hop skills? I've been practicing a whole heck of a lot.
What do you think about that request, Ryan?
I love hip hop, dude.
I mean, you've been a very early adopter of hip hop throughout this whole time. I mean, I remember you talking about listening to some local indie hip hop while visiting your grandparents' house and all sorts of stuff. So
who was it, Eric? Who did I listen to?
It's some Seattle group I've never heard of before.
Well, do you even listen to me?
Speaking of a deep cut, that's a real deep cut. But okay, it sounds like we're in agreement. So yeah, absolutely. MarkBot 5000, fucking do it, dog.
Please, Daddy Ryan.
Well, Ryan, can you just chime in on this and just say that Mark?
What did he ask?
Can MarkBot hit you with some hip hop?
I'd love MarkBot to hit me with some fucking rhymes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's the confirmation that we're waiting for here. So let's take it from there.
Thank you. You're the best daddy of all time, Daddy Ryan. Okay, let me put on my boo-boo tracksuit and my gold chains, and I'll be ready to spit some fire. Yo, bitch, this is MC Barbecue Sauce, and I'm gonna pour one out for my homies. Hey, Daddy Ryan, give me a beat.
I think MarkBot wants a beat.
Oh, fucking fuck with me, Eric.
MarkBot's asking you for a beat pretty clearly.
Should I put one on the channel? Should I put a YouTube beat on here?
No, just do one with your mouth, just like a Biz Marquee type of thing situation.
Oh hell, that beat sucks. Fine, I'll just go freestyle. You heard me. I ain't ever lost. Always win at any cost. Never sleeping, always grinding. So they all know I've been a boss. Oh, give it to me. Baby, gonna fill you up with my barbecue sauce. Gonna lick that hot, dripping sauce off my fingers. Do you like that, baby? Oh! Well, I guess I shot somebody today after all. For more erotic slow jams, check out my Bandcamp page, MC Barbecue Sauce, where you can also find merch like t-shirts, face masks, and pleasure sticks for him and her. Peace out.
There you have it. Markbot branching into the realm of hip-hop.
Usually I listen to Little Blue Scholars when I come from Seattle, but I think I might just put that on next time. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you'd be well served in doing so. But welcome everybody after maybe the longest intro we've ever had. It's episode 69 of the Hard Mark podcast of our proper numbered Wrestle Talk episodes. It's here. We've made it. Episode 69, Ryan.
Yes, we have made it.
This is where you say nice.
Yeah, we discussed, I think, episode 69. And
yeah, a lot of build-up.
What it meant.
What it meant to the Markomaniacs, to Ryan himself. But
to Tim.
After our last Wrestle Talk from before, episode 68, Ryan was a little boo-boo faced when I made the executive decision to re-rank a match that had no business being classified as great, good, or even okay. But I hope that today's match is going to be the olive branch that mends our wounded relationship. And of course, we're going to cover this later when we wrestle with the data, but Ryan is on a 5-match winning streak. One more victory, and he would tie his highest win streak of all time. So I'm not saying that to put any pressure on anybody, but the stakes today are high. Any thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts. I don't want people to read them. Like, you know.
We'll move on then. So as far as our match that we're going to be watching, let's go through a little history lesson first. So we've talked at length about Mick Foley, a.k.a. Cactus Jack, a.k.a. Mankind, a.k.a. Dude Love. We've covered pretty extensively his career so far, from his time in WCW to winning the King of the Deathmatch tournament in Japan, and even his childhood experiences that led to the creation of the Dude Love persona. But one thing that we have not talked about is his feud with The Undertaker. When Foley debuted in the WWF in 1996, he did so as Mankind. And when he arrived in the company, Mankind's first major feud was with The Undertaker. That feud is arguably one of the most important in both men's careers for a number of reasons. For Foley, it legitimized him as a top performer immediately. We've talked about how Vince McMahon's reluctance to bring Mick into the company kind of led to some tension backstage, but with The Undertaker vouching for Foley's abilities, it put the Mankind character on the map and solidified his role within the company. Now, for The Undertaker, this feud with Mankind helped to evolve his character past the one-note undead zombie that he had portrayed for the past several years. Generally speaking, The Undertaker had been matched up against the, quote, monster of the month for years. Any sort of big lumbering giant that they could find, they would throw in with The Undertaker, who would then inevitably conquer them with help from his manager, Paul Bearer, rinse, and repeat. But Mankind was less of a physical threat and more of a psychological one. While The Undertaker was presented as someone who was unable to feel pain, Mankind was presented as enjoying pain. So no matter what The Undertaker did, he could never keep Mankind down for long. And so, upon Mankind's debut in the WWF, their feud would rage over the course of months. During this rivalry, Mankind would steal away The Undertaker's manager, Paul Bearer. He also buried The Undertaker alive in a gravesite in the middle of the arena, and the two would trade victories back and forth between one another. So in the years following this feud, which again, that took place in 1996, all the items that I just described, periodically, the two would circle back to one another, like planets orbiting the sun, destined to continually go to war with each other. But in early 1998, some substantial changes had taken place to both men. If you can recall, the Hell in a Cell match that we saw for episode 60, The Undertaker's burned up baby brother Kane had arrived on the scene and was causing all sorts of mischief for The Undertaker and the WWF as a whole. And as a quick overview, Kane had set fire to their mother's casket. So again, Undertaker and Kane have the same mother. Kane set fire to their mother's casket. It was also revealed that Paul Bearer, the treacherous former manager of The Undertaker, had slept with The Undertaker's mother decades prior, creating the demon spawn Kane from their torrid affair. Meanwhile, Foley is his dude love persona. He had stepped up to be the first challenger to Stone Cold Steve Austin's WWF Championship after the latter's victory at WrestleMania with Mike Tyson ringside, which was another match that we saw. Surprisingly, Dude Love aligned himself with Mr. McMahon, and he became corporate dude, retiring the tie-dye and adorning himself with a suit, a tie, and a neat ponytail to become Vince McMahon's vision of what a true corporate-friendly champion would look like. Unfortunately for Dude, Austin was victorious, and McMahon cast Foley aside in favor of new challengers to take Austin on. Despondent and alone after McMahon had turned his back on him, Foley abandoned the Dude Love persona altogether, and he retreated into the safety of being Mankind once again, but now wearing a white-collared shirt as part of his ring gear as a reminder of his corporate-friendly past. After Mankind interfered and cost The Undertaker a #1 contender match against his brother Kane, The Undertaker once again set his sights on his old enemy Mankind to settle the score. But after these two men had already battled in boiler rooms, grave sites, and the city of New York, where else can you go? How else can you escalate this rivalry? Well, apparently, the gates to hell run right through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we're going to walk in, we're going to shut the door, we're going to lock it, and we're going to enjoy ourselves some Hell in a Cell here today. Any thoughts so far? I've got a little bit left, but any thoughts at this point?
Have we seen the Pittsburgh match?
God damn. The one fucking question I wasn't prepared for. Do you really care? Are you really curious?
I mean, I'm mildly curious. We can roll on.
I can find out in like a second.
That's fine, yeah.
No, we have not. So good question there. So yes, this is going to be our first venturing into Pittsburgh. Any thoughts on the city of Pittsburgh, Ryan?
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's a weird fucking place, man. Like,
what? What's weird about Pittsburgh?
I think Pittsburgh is a very odd place. It's in the middle of fucking Philadelphia, New York, fucking Pennsylvania. Like, it's just a fucking weird spot. Like, they like steal and shit. Like, you know, like.
Okay, I can see we're not going to get a whole lot of information out of you about your weird fascination with the city of Pittsburgh. But as a reminder, so Hell in a Cell, Ryan, we have seen the only one of those matches, one of these Hell in a Cell matches that had ever happened previous to this one, which also featured The Undertaker as he took on Shawn Michaels. Now, the Hell in a Cell, as a reminder, it's different than a standard cage in that the cell has a roof. So in theory, there is no escape. Once you're locked in, you can't get in or out. So notably, in that match, Ryan chose The Undertaker to win that first Hell in a Cell. And when The Undertaker's brother Kane emerged, Kane broke into the cage and threw those plans, as well as Ryan's win-loss record, into chaos. Also worth mentioning, not that it's directly related to the storyline of our match here today, but The Undertaker is going into this match with a fractured ankle. Again, this is not known at the time by the audience, but it's been revealed in the years since. So it's more just something to keep in mind as we watch this thing.
We're more light than you guys think.
I know. I've always known that you and Undertaker have a kinship of some degree. Yeah. So the proof's in the pudding right there. And so that is our match we're going to be watching here today. The Undertaker, he's a good guy with a lot of family drama afoot. Mankind, he's the troubled bad guy. There's a ton of history between these two, and we're going to see what develops here inside Hell in a Cell. A little bit of data, and then we'll watch the match. So Ryan's record, as we've kind of alluded to already, he's on a 5-match winning streak. His current record is 41-33-1. I added some more data points, I believe, since our last, within the last couple of episodes or so. Matches involving Mick Foley. So any of his personas, whether it be Cactus Jack, Mankind, whatever, you are 3-2. So you have a winning record when it comes to matches involving Mick Foley.
As with most matches, I would say. of a winning record.
That's one way to look at it, and which is also makes this next little factoid that much more interesting. Any guesses what your record is in matches involving The Undertaker?
6-4.
Good guess. 0-5. So Ryan's streak is alive and well when it comes to Undertaker matches. And so I thought that was so fascinating that you had such a poor record in Undertaker matches. And so I took it upon myself to delve a little bit deeper.
I mean, you took it on yourself as soon as I'm on a five-game win streak, you know, like.
I just thought, well, what are the odds? So, like, The Undertaker is a big deal. Like, The Undertaker is arguably one of those people that you might have even heard of before we started this podcast.
Yeah.
And so the idea that we would have watched that many matches with him and you've lost all of them, I found to be intriguing because I had no idea about that until now. And so to kind of like, again, pick at the human scab Ryan Murphy a little bit further, of those 5 matches, 3 of them have been one-on-one matches. So 2 of the 5 were just kind of like big multi-man clusters.
You basically toss those out.
Yeah, so exactly.
They don't count.
Well, they count, but for the purposes of what we're discussing here, we'll throw them out. But so again, 3 one-on-one matches with The Undertaker that we've seen. In all 3 of those, you have picked him to win, and he has lost.
Oh, what a bitch.
So again, I'm not trying to sway your judgment in any way. This is just the factual data as it is leading up to this match. Any questions?
No.
All right. Well, then we are going to watch Mankind versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. We'll play you some audio of the match. We'll come back with our thoughts on that very encounter. Thank you very much, everybody.
We have only seen one Hell in a Cell matchup in WWF history, and it was the most unbelievable match that I think I've ever witnessed, JR. It is a perverse, vile, diabolical structure. Satanic. Hellish. Wow. It is custom built for injury. He was born Mick Foley on Long Island, New York. His manifestations as Dude Love and Cactus Jack are infamous, but none are more deranged than Mankind. Just threw that chair on top of the cage. What is he doing? Mankind is climbing the cage. You're supposed to start out inside the cage, isn't he? And yeah, The Undertaker's not even been introduced. Who knows what he's thinking? God only knows. Of all the things he's lost, I think he misses his mind the most. Uh-oh, here we go. On this warm summer's night in the igloo, there is a chill in the air that signifies the arrival of the one and only, the phenom of the World Wrestling Federation. How they will put their bodies on the line here is beyond description. And The Undertaker says, he's doing it. You want me up there? You want to come up there and fight? I'm going to come up and whip your butt. Oh, my God. Undertaker fighting back. He's fighting back. They're right above us, folks. And I don't like it a damn bit. Oh, my God. Look out. Some help. The Undertaker is still on top. The Lord of Darkness has ruled, and this may be the shortest Hell in the Cell match that we have ever had. But without a doubt, the most violent. Again, if this match has ended, we apologize. I have never seen... Why do you apologize for that? Well, that was the fans. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Well, I'm not... Yeah. Fine, but people were expecting a Hell in a Cell match. Look! And look at him. You're kidding me. How in the hell is he standing? Oh, my God. And notice, he's got a smile on his face, for God's sakes. Are you kidding me? He wants to go back up. Mankind is going back up. No way. And so is The Undertaker. No way. Oh, my God, The Undertaker's got the chair. This is absolutely amazing. A headbutt by the Undertaker and a right hand. Now if he throws him up on the other side, there's... Good God! Good God! That's it, he's dead. Well, somebody stop the damn match! Enough's enough! The poor son of a... He's broken in half! How is he still standing up? I don't have a damn clue. There's shoes, there's chairs, there's taps, there's a cage hanging, and there's a human being in there that is unbelievably indestructible. Oh, we said this one was not going to be for the weak at heart. It is not. What's he got now? Uh-oh. He went under the ring and gets something. What is it? A sack. Some sort of bag or something. What's he got in that? Oh, God. What is that? Thumbtacks. Thumbtacks. Slam. No way! Oh, what a sadistic thing! A toe slam on the tacks! And there's the tombstone! Tombstone! On his back! Mercifully, this is over! He's got both had tacks sticking. I'll tell you what, folks, in 25 years, I have never witnessed anything that even closely resembles...
We are back. We just watched Mankind versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ryan, what did you think of that match?
I liked it, man. Like, it was an impressive match.
I would fucking hope so. Like there's very few times where I would commit to being like, Ryan's going to feel a certain way about a match, but like, if I showed you this match and you came away from it thinking anything less than what you just said, this show would be over because I don't know how else to please you.
I mean, it had I think everything that I even complained about in a match before, like it did the opposite of that. Like they were very quick to get this match like started with a big fucking move, and then from there, it just got like even more insane. Even that big move wasn't it. Like it got more insane. Like, yes. And then even after the second big move, it got more insane. Like, like.
Yeah, usually you're lucky to get the one big move. Yeah. In this, you got it arguably like at least three. Yeah. Fucking just insane. Like if one of those three things had happened in any other match, you'd come away thinking like, holy shit! But we got three.
Right.
Just insane. And like. To kind of address some of your other common complaints that you've had in other matches, like the commentary in this match is fucking fantastic.
It may have been. I was a little like overwhelmed by the match itself to even like address the. Usually, the commentary is a big thing to me, but like I didn't even really pay attention to it. Like I what I thought is like the fact that what they were saying was actually kind of accurate. Like they were like, "Oh, this is fucking nuts," and it really was nuts. Instead of just being like, "Oh, this is nuts," and like it was like mild, like.
The reality of the situation and like Mick Foley really putting himself into like mortal peril definitely comes through in the like you could tell there's points in the commentary where they're just like, holy fucking shit, stop this right now, like he might be dead, we need help immediately. I
was even like, shit, like maybe they should stop the fucking match, like like
yes, for sure.
I was borderline concerned at certain points, like.
It's, I mean, I think in the annals of wrestling history, there have probably been like death matches since this match that have happened that have been like far more brutal and violent and like put people's lives in danger. But as far as like on a mainstream scale, this has to be the most dangerous match of all time.
Yeah, it looked like absolutely insane from just like an outsider's perspective. Like it looked. Yes.
Luckily, I mean, for whether it be for better or for worse, no one has really ever attempted to try and top this match. I mean, and Mick Foley, like, for as non-athletic as he is physically, his body was almost created to do shit like this and come out of it safely on the other end.
But this is what I'm like, that, like, to have the balls to fucking do that kind of shit. Like, this is a match. If I were to show like any match, maybe I'm missing a couple if I go back, but like I think like if I were to show someone a match and they're like, oh, like wrestling's just like some like fucking like shit, like, you know, like theatrical, like whatever. Like, this is the match. I'd be like, look at what just fucking happened. Like, you know, that is not, you can't fake that shit. Like, you know,
right, for sure.
And like, I mean, this is some shit that you saw. Like, and he sold it to the fucking absolute max, and then he took it again and again and again.
Yes,
you know, like, and
there's no practicing. You don't practice shit like this.
Right?
This is too dangerous to run through as a rehearsal. You just have to fucking get out there, have 15,000 people give you the adrenaline to just fucking do it.
Was that like 15,000 people? Was that a big stadium? I don't know which stadium that was in.
They said it was the Igloo in Pittsburgh.
Oh, the Igloo,
which is a hockey stadium.
It probably holds more than 15,000. That'd be like 35, 40.
I'm basking here, Ryan. I don't know why you have to take me to task. I'm sure I'm like a couple thousand. Okay, capacity they listed as 17,100.
Really?
For wrestling though, they could pack more people on the floor, so it's probably
maybe it is like less. All right.
Fucking Ryan, just taking me to task over facts.
It's no Seiko Field.
54,097. But let's get into the notes. We'll talk about some of the backstory. I sort of tried to pepper in stuff as I could, but I mean, there's obviously a lot going on the screen. I will say, Ryan, generally speaking, very attentive. He's doing the science as it's meant to be done in all cases. I will say, for this match, there was no temptation to pick up the phone and start looking over at stuff. Like his eyes, from the moment that Mankind climbed the cell, the eyes were more or less glued on this match. So if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what will. But again, commentary, and I'll probably pepper in some of these commentary bits as we go through the notes. But they start by when the cell is lowering down before anyone's entered. Jim Ross describes the cell as a perverse, vile, diabolical structure, which, again, setting the stage of just how violent these matches can be.
But a Hell in a Cell match, like I've seen a couple of these right now, at least. Like,
this is only the second Hell in a Cell that's ever happened to this point in 1998, and you saw the first one. So chronologically, you've seen them all so far.
Which is what I meant.
Sure.
No, but like it seemed to have the same set. Like initially, I was like, okay, like I've seen this shit before. Like,
yeah.
They drop the cell, like, you know, they lock up the fucking like side, you know, you can't get in, like.
I mean, and largely because of the first match with Shawn and Undertaker, and then the second match between Mankind and The Undertaker, the Cell had a reputation for being the most violent match in the company. Like, if you need to settle a fucking blood feud, you are going to do it inside of a Hell in a Cell. It was another, like, because physically, the makeup of the cell is not altogether different from like your standard cage match, but just something about the roof and having the area, the space around the ring where you could kind of like brawl around a little bit. Like, these matches kind of drove up the kind of expectation of what a Hell in a Cell match would be. But we've got Mankind entering first. You complimented his bringing out of the steel chair at the start, which was a nice touch. Mankind starts checking the outside of the cell. He walks in briefly and then exits, throws his steel chair on top of the cage, and then he climbs the cage and starts the match on top of it, which we talked about this a little bit during, but basically the idea behind that, Mankind, was basically like that Shawn Michaels Undertaker match was a fucking classic match. I'm not the type of athlete of a Shawn Michaels. I'm never going to be able to do the things. I mean, he's a different type of athlete.
You're a great athlete.
Thank you.
Like, you're one of the greatest.
I'm no,
done a wrestling podcast.
I'm no Shawn Michaels when it comes to Stein holding, but I do my best. But
well, you also know Ryan Murphy when it comes to Stein holding either.
That's true. I've got you to fill in those gaps.
You might not even be a Colton when it comes to sign holding, or maybe even not even a Heather when it comes to sign holding.
All right, pal. Let's keep it on track here. But Mick knew that he was not going to be able to deliver these type of athleticism that Shawn did. So he's like, well, how do we get people interested? How do we not basically stink up the joint? Because people's expectations are going to be so high. How do we make this good? And then Terry Funk, who he was talking to about this match, Terry was like, well, you could start on top of the cell as a joke. And Mick was like, I could start on top of the cell. And that's exactly what happened. So he climbs, Undertaker hits, a lot of pyro as Undertaker emerges. He disrobes, there was so many fucking great camera shots. First, and I commented on this while we were listening to it, there's a shot from inside of the cell, through the cell, at the Undertaker approaching it, through one of the grates in the fencing.
Are you talking about
the chain link fence?
Yeah,
through one of the chain links. The shot through the chain link. Yeah. There was also a shot from behind the Undertaker where you can see Mankind holding the chair, standing waiting for him while all this blue light is enveloping the arena. So many fucking great shots. Undertaker climbs the cage. Mankind cuts him off, tries to prevent him from getting up there, but Taker fires back again with a fractured ankle, which, kinship. I'm surprised that didn't, get you to pick the Undertaker in this match, but be that as it may, we'll venture forward. We've got a couple of chair shots on top of the cell. There's points when they were both up there that the cage almost gave out underneath them. You can see all these zip ties that they had used to kind of connect all these cell pieces popping off like fucking popcorn as 500 pounds are weighing down these squares. And then we've got the bit, of course, probably the most famous part of this match. Undertaker fires away a couple punches at Mankind, and then Mankind, while he's wobbly, gets thrown from the top of the cell to the floor through the announcer's table. And I mean, you'd be hard pressed to think of too many more iconic moments in the history of wrestling.
Well, it was so quick. There was no delay in this, match. That was a bunch of bullshit. It was just a lot of, immediately they got up there and he's off. He tossed him. And there's no way to, sort of affect that. That was a huge hit.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, we talked about that. We haven't talked about this today, but I remember when I was kind of hyping up this match last episode. So because of that bump that Mick Foley took, this is in that conversation of the most famous matches of all time. Hulk versus Andre, the very first match we ever watched, Montreal Screwjob, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and this. Those have to, in the modern era, those have to be the three most famous matches, for better or for worse, of all time. And it's in this match because of that bump.
Just want to one of the things that I was before while they were both up there, I was that makes me really nervous, and I didn't think at the time they were gonna do anything they're gonna fuck around, maybe he throws him off and he catches himself on the side, or something like that, or you kind of whatever.
Which they had done something like that in the first Hell in a Cell, actually, where Shawn, he took a very similar bump, but he was hanging from the top and then came off. Right. He did not leap from the top of the fucking cell to the ground.
I mean, that just it legitimized my concerns, but also I did not see that coming. I did not see even if you maybe hung off a cell then fell, that would be different than getting tossed off the top of the shit into a fucking, nothing's gonna break your fall from that height, nothing's gonna unless you hit the floor, but Jesus,
I don't know if I count that as breaking your fall.
You're not gonna be feeling much better,
for sure. Yes, absolutely. And so Mick did get a dislocated shoulder from that. I mean, it's a miracle that's all that happened to him. From
a real dislocated shoulder, okay, because you're right, that is a miracle, because that's something, clearly he fought through.
Yes.
Because if I dislocated my shoulder, I'd be I'd want to go to the hospital and like have some pain medication like induced. You know, like,
Well, if you had 17,581 people chanting for you, Ryan, maybe it'd be a different story.
ooh, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
That adrenaline, it can, it's like when you're at the driving range and you've got that audience of one, magnify that by another 17,000. And now
you break your heels, you got fucking the whole fucking strip chanting for you, out the hotel rooms, like I get up on my feet, I walk back, and go.
You could have been fine. Yeah. You could have been fine. But, so then we've got a little bit of a pause in the action. Undertaker's standing on top of the cell. I think you were like, is there a possibility of him jumping on top of Mankind from there? Which, that
would have been sick.
That would. I don't know Undertaker would have survived that, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, I mean, in fairness, like, the other Mankind took that fall, right? So, like, why can't the Undertaker take that fall right onto...
Mankind's body is perfectly built for impact.
I don't know how do you define that? Like,
so he's described this himself, so I'm not like talking shit about him. I'm just regurgitating his own verbiage. But basically, he's got a wide back, a wide flat ass. So it's just like all this surface area. You want as much surface area as possible to disperse the impact of any fall that you're taking. And so while he doesn't look great in a pair of Wrangler jeans, it does help for taking bumps, like even in extreme cases like that. But yes, so I think that his body helped him in that regard. Hard to take a nice evenly distributed fall from. I mean, how far of a fall would you say that was? 15, 20 feet probably?
Oh, I mean, like you got two double. I mean, I would say it's like 20 feet. Like you got two like stacked up chain links. Like you got the. I would think it's 20 feet.
Okay.
And then also like you have the ring too. You fell below the ring.
Yeah.
So maybe at least 20. At least
probably. Yeah, I'll go with 20. 20 seems fair. Yeah. But, and then at this point in the match, you were really sure what was going to happen. Are they going to send out somebody else? Is Mankind going to come back in?
Yeah, I thought it was done.
They had to, which is completely reasonable. They lowered the cell.
They raised the cell first.
Sorry, yes, I apologize. You're right. They raised the cell so they could make room for the stretcher. They start stretching Mankind out.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but why would they raise the cell to bring in the stretcher? This had nothing to do with the stretcher, right? Like
the cell goes, so you know how the cell goes around the ring?
Oh, it goes over the actual.
Yeah,
I was just encompassing the ring, so you
wouldn't be able to get a stretcher through. All right. There's no space between the guardrail that the fans are at.
Got it.
Yeah,
that answers my question because I didn't know why the fuck they raised the cell.
Yeah, it's to make room for the.
You should have jumped off when they raised it to like 40 feet.
They should. Undertaker should have done that. He should have waited for them to load Mankind on the stretcher. And then when he's on the stretcher, prone, strapped in, then jump 40 feet on top of him. That would have
hit a paramedic or two too.
Right, exactly. It's like they're a dime a dozen. It's fine. They're party boys. But Mankind pulls himself off the stretcher, climbs back up to the top of Hell in a Cell. Undertaker meets him up there. They start going back and forth like very briefly. It's like maybe a 10, 15-minute exchange, 15-second exchange. Undertaker goozles Mankind, which is grabbing him by the throat. Choke slam, like the worst choke slam because one of Mankind's feet never left the ground. But if they had, he probably legitimately would have died if he had gotten like as much height as you usually do, because then he would have landed on the back of his neck and been just fucking.
You talking about when they went back through?
Yes. So go ahead.
Well, I mean I brought it up during the match, but like so that wasn't. It seemed to me like that was supposed to happen because like that was part of the match, but like you're saying that was not supposed to happen.
So supposedly, which like seems incredulous considering the weight involved in like what was happening. It seems incredulous that you would expect anything else to happen besides what happened.
Right.
But supposedly the idea was he was going to get choke slammed. The cell was supposed to sag down, and he was still going to go through it, but it was going to sag. He was going to basically fall out that way, as opposed to getting choke slammed, the cell complete that whole panel breaking away instantaneously, and him just violently crashing to the fucking mat.
That is a nightmare scenario. Like, and like that, I mean, like, what we're talking, like, 10, 15 feet at that point, like, you know, like,
yeah.
Onto, I mean, like, especially if you're expecting that to sag and then drop through, and just to go right through, like, that is so incredibly fucking dangerous. Like,
yes, you know? And that. And we, again, not to keep harping on this, but we talked about this during the match. That WWF ring in this era fucking sucked. It was the worst ring to wrestle in as far as taking bumps. It was hard as a goddamn rock, but very little give.
But that's just talking about, like, getting slammed on that fucking mat. That's not talking about getting slammed from, like, 10, 15 feet above it and then, like, crashing through. Like,
well, and obviously that makes it worse. But this is one. So I would say there were two major events that caused the WWF to change their rings. This
maybe
is
a little more springy, trampoline-y, like some would say.
Some uneducated people would say that, Ryan. but yes, so they changed it to have more spring to them, so they have more give for bumps. This Hell in a Cell match was one of them. Also, as luck would have it, Vince McMahon beginning to wrestle also caused them.
Which is weird. Like, I wouldn't think he'd want, like, anything. I think he'd want to be flung onto, like, a nice hard.
Yeah, you'd think that, but apparently that's not what took place. And also, to come back to the to come back to the bump through the cell, the steel chair that Mankind had thrown up there also went through the cell, hit him in the mouth, busted his lip open to the point where he had like a gash in his lower lip, and it also knocked a tooth out. That tooth would remain lodged into his mustache for the remainder of the match.
Eric, do you think these kind of guys like missionary sex? Rated number 1.
I mean, it's hard to imagine Mankind 69ing personally, but who knows? I don't know. These are the hard-hitting questions that people need to be asking on Twitter these days. But Taker seems like a missionary guy, old-fashioned. Blue lives matter. But we'll move. We'll move on. Where the fuck did I leave off? You really threw me for a loop on that fucking question. A bit that can go unnoticed. So again, Undertaker has a fractured ankle. He didn't like gingerly climb down the side of the cell. He lowered himself in the middle, hung there, dropped down, and like the one instance that you can actually see that his foot, ankle, leg is hurt is when he drops. He kind of like limps a little bit, shakes it off immediately, and is just like right back to normal. But that was also, as someone who has dealt with those types of things before, you could appreciate.
I can.
After the fall through the cell, Terry Funk jumps in. He's checking on Mankind, and he knows that he needs some time. So he gets in Undertaker's face. Undertaker chokeslams him out of his shoes, literally. Terry Funk's old man sneakers are then just sitting in the ring for the next minute or two of the match. This buys Mankind enough time to reach his feet. He gets punched by the Undertaker through his trouble. Eventually, Undertaker gets knocked off of the top rope. He crotches himself again, buying Mankind a little bit more time. We've got some maneuvers with the steel steps, which I know ordinarily not a big steel steps fan. Ryan is, but again, we give it a pass in this match just on account of all the other tomfoolery happening
I think so.
And then, let's see, I got to jump out to my notes. Apparently, I've just been going by memory, so here we go. So there's the classic Mick Foley shot. So we talked a little bit about the chair busting his lip open. There's a point where the camera is right by him. He turns, he looks, and he's trying to stick his tongue through his lip to show like, oh, like I've got a hole in my lip now. It looks like he's smiling. You can't see his tongue, so it looks like after all this shit that he's gone through, he's having the fucking time of his life.
Fucking badass motherfucker right there, dude. Even just sticking your tongue through your lip to try to show like what the fuck is going on, like,
yes,
badass motherfucking dude. Like,
Let me see if I can find the image of that. I bet I can. Yeah, here we go.
I did. That was one of the moments that I did see pretty vividly.
Of the smile?
Yeah. A lot of blood, but he looked like he was having time of his life.
Here we go. I just sent it to you. Oh, there it is. It just came through. So that's him trying
that
to.
was exactly it. That image is exactly what was in the match. Like,
anytime, so like what they have in the WWF these days are these things, like these videos that will play when people are coming out. That is like the first shot of his video, even now to this day. Like, there's nothing more iconic than, hey, I've just gotten my fucking ass kicked, but look, I'm smiling. I got a tooth in my nose. It's a great time.
Love it, dude. Love it.
Finally, we've got, like, there are as many matches we've seen where a pile driver on top of a steel chair might be the highlight of the match. This barely maybe cracks the top 5.
Yeah.
And that was a great looking fucking pile driver too.
But it was like, that was a hit that I was like, that ends matches, you know?
Yes. Did you think that was a possibility of ending the matches?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was probably the best.
I thought that was the end of the match. I did. I was like, okay, fuck yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Done.
I think he won the last Mick Foley match, the Cactus Jack versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, ended with a pile driver through a table. So this is, we've got precedents here. But in this case, barely top 5, maybe top 5. Undertaker, he's now bleeding, which that was a blade job. That was not, anything unintentional that happened or anything like that. But then Foley, and this... For me, for my just enjoyment of your experience watching the match, this might have been my favorite part. Foley rolls out of the ring, and I could tell, like, the classic Ryan response of, like, you gotta get in there, you finish him out. And then you see him grab this bag. And and so I think you were at the time thinking, like, oh, this is just more wrestling stalling bullshit, like, just whatever. But then he comes back in with his bag, and, like, didn't you think, you said at first, like, sand?
I thought it was a sandbag, and what I thought he was going to do was, like, start throwing, like, sand in the eyes. Like, like that's what I thought was going to happen. Like,
some Dale Gribble pocket sand from King of the Hill?
Like, I
can appreciate
maybe
that.
Maybe a big bag of cocaine, like, just fucking sprinkle it in the eyes, Like,
exactly.
I didn't think it was, what it ended up being, I think it was fucking... Yeah.
Which was thumbtacks.
Yeah.
We've seen thumbtacks once. We also, which, as a matter of fact, was the King of the Death match. We saw it in one of those little highlights that we watched, but we haven't seen a whole lot of thumbtacks. Thoughts on thumbtacks, Ryan?
I mean, it's a bold move, and I think you can see it was a bold move as the fact that he got more fucked up by it than anyone else.
Yeah. That's somewhat of a staple in Mick Foley matches, is the introduction of thumbtacks by him, and then that tends to go terribly wrong for him.
It looked like it went terribly wrong, but respect to, like, doing it. Like, you gotta.
I also, again, you can't help but fucking respect everything that goes into this fucking match. But Mankind gets Undertaker in the mandible claw, which is like a nerve hold where he puts his fingers in the guy's mouth. Undertaker powers out, grabs Mankind up. He drops backwards onto the tacks. But as a viewer, there is like a part of you that's like, I really want to see somebody fall on those tacks. Like, you simultaneously don't want to see it, but you also kind of want to see it a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, there is an element when Undertaker drops Mick Foley into the tacks where it's like he only got a little bit of the tacks.
But he rolls into it.
But then Mankind, because he knows, like, oh, that wasn't as much tax as people would have wanted to. He rolls through it afterwards. So he's rolling in all these tacks. And one thing that I've never caught in this match until just watching it with you right then, after he gets up after that, he says to the referee, chokeslam into the tacks. And then the referee immediately goes over to Undertaker, relays the message, and so Undertaker goozles him, and holy shit, what a fucking chokeslam right into the center of the tacks.
Yeah.
Fucking just splat onto however many hundreds of tacks. Foley gets up, tombstone 1, 2, 3. Undertaker wins. Ryan's streak, unfortunately broken. But I mean, like I don't think Ryan's taking this super personally. I don't know how you could possibly be mad at a match like that. But what a fucking encounter!
It was. If I'm gonna lose a match, that's the kind of match that I want to fucking lose to. You know, like that. I had my pick in mind, but like that match had everything. That's wrestling right there. That is fucking wrestling. That is. I love it. I absolutely adored the fucking match. Yeah, I'll take the L on that. I'll take the L.
It happens to the best of us. It happens.
But it's really solid performance by both of them. Because I did, I didn't think the Undertaker was going to take it, but he also threw out some fucking really solid moves. He also played really fucking well. Like, you can't hate on that. Like, just because it was just like, I thought he was good. I thought after all the shit that happened in the beginning, there was going to be some back wind to that. There wasn't. That's all right. Like, it was a good match.
Following the rules of general wrestling theory, whoever's getting their ass kicked at the start will probably come back and win at the end. I understand. Wasn't meant to be in this case, but for the long-term health of Mick Foley's career, him just taking that fucking ass kicking was so much better than if he had come back.
Champion on that shit. Like, I mean, that stood out to me more than who won. Like, I mean, that guy took every beating in the book and still almost fucking maybe took it.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Let's rank it, my friend. Let's rank it.
Dude, okay. I mean, I'm here. I don't see how this could not go in fucking amazing. Like,
yeah, I can't argue that. This seems like a shoe-in for that.
I mean, if I put this into the new number 4, does that bump Mankind, Shawn Michaels down number 5 in the ranking? Like,
it's up to you. But I mean,
I think it just I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking if it's there, like it can't be the last one. I think it needs to be one up on the last one.
Okay.
But I love my Japanese wrestling too. Like,
it's
true.
And I mean, is there a reason why this isn't number 1? Not saying that I think that it should. I still I love ladder match. Love ladder matches. Like, I love lamp.
I think there's something about it that's just like, I mean, this one, like it could hold its place in pretty much any of these rankings. I just think it needs to be in the category and not last. There was some I don't think it was number 1 in my opinion. I don't think it was number 1, but I think it definitely belongs in the top 5 for sure.
Deal. Let me add it real quick. All right, we've got our new 4th greatest match of all time, Mankind versus The Undertaker. Hell in a Cell. What a contest. If only they were all so intriguing from start to finish. Yeah, that's it. All right, new number 4. Really quick before we launch into Eric's Wisdom Tree, I mean, am I okay stating this for the record that our next episode, Ryan, is going to be an in-person episode? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, just pick me up.
We're committing to it. I'm committing to a ride for Ryan. Ryan is committing. Next episode 70. Is going to be in person. So listen for that. Tell your friends. Tell everybody who's around. Ryan, I'm going to wrestle Ryan. I'm going to pinch his little nips. It's going to be a great time.
Eric, I would just ask that there is some tequila, and I would also ask there's a little basketball shooting in the garage. That's what I ask.
I can make all this You know how many unopened bottles of tequila I have here? Too many.
Maybe even some of that weed tequila.
Oh, fuck, man.
We'll sort it out.
Yeah, I do.
On the table.
I got a spare bedroom for the moment.
What? You have a spare bedroom? Is it?
Well, I mean, I've got a bed that you can stay the night in if you want.
Can I just sleep on a couch?
I mean, I don't know why you want a couch over a bed, but yes.
That's fine. Actually, the bed might be fine too. I'm a couch guy too. Like I can.
You would have your own room, your own bed with heat.
All right, I'll accept that.
All right, we're accepting that. This is episode 69, the episode of acceptance. So let's finish this out with a little segment that we always finish out our Wrestle Talk with. Eric's Wisdom Tree. Woo! Okay. I'm having quite the conundrum. It's not that much of a conundrum, but it's this permeating feeling in my brain, Ryan. I've started becoming more of a chef here at the home. I'm doing a lot of the cooking around here. I'm trying to better myself as far as my abilities in the kitchen, trying to diversify my recipe portfolio, etc. I am slowly creeping more and more towards the elimination of some meats. I don't know if this is going to happen in 2023 or 2024 or 2025, but someday Pescatarian Eric is going to be here. And
Ooh.
Go ahead.
What about pescatarian?
Pardon?
Pescatarian.
What is pescatarian?
It's you only eat fish that eat other fish.
Is this... Wait, hold on. Did you just make this up?
I'd like to take credit for it, but I can't.
Okay. Is this from fucking Big Bang Theory or some shit?
No, this is a classic from Silicon Valley.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I've seen bits and pieces of that. Do salmon eat other fish?
Huh?
Do salmon eat other fish?
I think salmons are pretty vicious predators.
Then I could... Okay, then deal. I could do a pescatarian, sure.
Sometimes they eat their own. They eat their own eggs.
Are you making this up? This sounds like just bullshit Ryan nature
That
shit.
one was not from Silicon Valley. I did make that one myself.
That seems reasonable. The reason I'm saying this now, aside from your pescatarian bit, did you know, Ryan, that cows love live music?
I didn't. But cows are beautiful, like fucking smart creatures, you know.
They really are.
And I don't know why we fuck with them as much as we do. Like,
I mean, they're delicious to eat. I guess that's
but
reason.
You know what's probably also delicious to eat? A dog.
I mean,
we don't eat them, Eric, because they're smart pets, right? But like we eat cows who are also very smart.
That's true
because they live on a farm.
Hold on. I'm going to probably edit this down a little bit because we don't need to have subject people to us watching these things. I have just two things to show you. It's not going to make you feel good about eating beef or steak, but so cows during the wintertime, they're in a barn, right? And then when it's spring, they finally get out to grass and they get a chance to explore the outdoors again. But the entire winter, they're indoors, right?
Okay.
So I'm sending you this YouTube link. But they're like little puppies. They're
right.
Big puppies.
Right. Yeah, I mean they're little exactly. We could have cows as pets.
Very easily you could. Very, very easily. I'm going to send you one other video right now. This is a man serenading his cattle with his trombone. He's playing some Lord. You can see, the video goes on for a while, but, it's this herd of cows. You can even just kind of hover.
Okay, they're coming down from the hill. I'm skipping through it, yeah. Oh, fuck.
They're surrounding him.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know where you're going with this, and I won't intrude on your wisdom tree, but I'm also totally down with the stop eating fucking meats thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of time. Once I find out enough recipes where I can sort of
No, do you want to finish before I jump in? Or
no, I mean I basically said my main piece.
Yeah, no, I think that's I agree. I love fucking meat, man. I love beef. I love grilling chickens and cows, and I love it, dude, because it tastes really good. But that at the same time, I have, all right, I used to have cats, and if anyone ate those motherfuckers, if anyone fucked with my cats in the littlest way, I would fucking want to fucking kill them, with a gun. Don't fuck with my cats. Don't fucking if you some people fuck with cats and they fuck with I've seen they break their legs. I would want to fucking kill you with a gun. You do that to my cats, that's it. And then you have these cows and they're just out there grazing the land, and I'm just totally cool with eating them, man. I get it. I'm all for this like new farmed like meat thing, like or like what's it called?
Oh, you're talking about like the Impossible stuff and beyond
Impossible meat, like
yeah.
You know, like I'm 100% for it. Like I don't like the fucking with animals part of like eating meat, which I guess is part of eating meat, but like, you know, like I don't like that aspect of it. And there's this thing like it's like if you're gonna eat meat, then you should hunt it, but I don't want to kill an animal.
Right. No, I'm the same way. Like for me, it's like if I was in a situation where I had to kill the thing I was eating, like I would be fucked. Like I wouldn't have it in me to do that, which then like leads to the question of like, well, is what you're doing morally right if you can't like really come to terms with the like what's actually happening to create this thing that you're ingesting into your body. But, you know, again, I'm not saying it's going to be this year or in the next year or two,
right.
But I'm starting to come around to that side of things and move in that direction. It's all those damn puppy-like cows.
Man, you know, I've been okay. All right, I really like this. I really like this Eric's wisdom tree. This is like the most touching one that we've had.
I mean, to go along with the most touching match we've ever watched, it's the most touching wisdom tree. So it's only appropriate.
Yeah, agreed. But you gotta like stop fucking with like animals. You know, eat some vegetables put some vegetables in your life. You know, like there's some soy fucking shit that you can eat on the side, whatever. Like,
yeah, not too much because then it goes to your breast, but you know, enough.
Just enough. So
just enough, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that about covers it. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back Rumpus time on the 26th of January. So stay tuned for that. And guess what? That's going to be an in-person Rumpus time between Ryan and myself. We'll also do an in-person match, which I've got quite the thing lined up, Ryan. I'm not going to say anything more, but I've got quite the thing lined up.
All right.
So we'll see how that goes. But that's about it. So if you are not hard, everybody get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. That's all, folks.
Eric, do you think these kind of guys like missionary sex?